Upside down, more like inside out, our atmosphere. It's easy to forget, isn't it? We breathe it, we see through it, but we rarely think about it. It's like a giant invisible bubble protecting us from the harsh realities of space. But what if we messed with that bubble? What if we flipped it inside out? Imagine for a moment that our atmosphere wasn't layered as it is. Instead of the troposphere down here with us and the exosphere way up high, they'd be reversed. The thin, ethereal exosphere would be our ground level, and the dense, life-giving troposphere would be hanging out near space. Weird, right? That's what we're talking about when we say upside-down atmosphere. It's a thought experiment, sure, but it lets us explore some pretty mind-blowing concepts about the air we breathe and the planet we call home. Seeing the invisible are atmospheric layers. Our atmosphere is a fascinating and complex system that protects and sustains life on Earth. It's composed of several distinct layers, each with its own unique properties and functions. Before we go full-on science fiction, let's take a moment to appreciate the real science behind it. Let's break down what our atmosphere actually looks like. It's a multi-layered shield that not only provides us with the air we breathe, but also protects us from harmful solar radiation and space debris. It's not just one big blob of air, you know. It's a dynamic system with each layer playing a crucial role in maintaining the balance of our planet. It's more like a layer cake, with each layer having its own unique characteristics. Imagine slicing through this atmospheric cake to reveal its different layers, each one distinct yet interconnected. Down here on the ground floor we have the troposphere. This is the layer closest to Earth's surface, extending up to about 12 kilometers. This is where we live, breathe, and experience weather as we know it. All our weather phenomena, from gentle breezes to violent storms, occur in this layer. It's the densest layer, packed with nitrogen, oxygen, and all the other good stuff we need to survive. The air pressure here is highest, making it the most hospitable layer for life. As we climb higher, the air gets thinner and the temperature starts to drop. This is why mountain climbers and high-altitude skydivers need special equipment to breathe. We pass through the stratosphere, home to the ozone layer, which absorbs and scatters ultraviolet solar radiation. This layer extends from about 12 to 50 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Next, we enter the mesosphere, where meteors burn up in a blaze of glory. This layer stretches from 50 to 85 kilometers above the Earth and is the coldest part of our atmosphere. Finally, we reach the upper levels, the thermosphere and the exosphere. The thermosphere, extending from 85 to 600 kilometers, is where the auroras occur and where the International Space Station orbits. These layers are incredibly thin and home to very few molecules. The exosphere, the outermost layer, gradually fades into the vacuum of space and extends up to 10,000 kilometers. This is where the atmosphere gradually fades into the vacuum of space. It's a transitional zone where the air becomes so thin that it merges with the emptiness of space. So we've got our layered cake. Now imagine flipping it. Each layer, from the troposphere to the exosphere, plays a vital role in protecting our planet and supporting life. Understanding these layers helps us appreciate the delicate balance that sustains our world. Flipping the script, a new atmospheric order. In our upside-down atmosphere, the exosphere is now our ground level. This is bad news for, well, everything. You see, the exosphere is incredibly thin, almost a vacuum. There's hardly any air pressure and the temperature fluctuates wildly. Think about what happens when you climb a mountain. The air gets thinner, it's harder to breathe, and it gets pretty chilly, right? Now imagine that times 1,000. That's the exosphere. Above the exosphere, we'd have the thermosphere, then the mesosphere, and so on. The troposphere, our normally cozy and life-sustaining layer, would be hanging out near the edge of space. Talk about a raw deal. This new atmospheric order would have some pretty bizarre and catastrophic consequences for our planet and everything on it. Section 4. Weather Mayhem, from calm to catastrophic. Let's talk weather, shall we? Weather is something we often take for granted. It's a part of our daily lives, influencing our moods, our activities, and even our plans. From the gentle drizzle that waters our gardens to the fierce storms that remind us of nature's power, weather is a constant companion. In our upside-down world, weather as we know it would be, well, non-existent. Imagine waking up to a world where the sky is perpetually clear, with no clouds to provide shade or rain to nourish the earth. The very concept of weather would be turned on its head. The exosphere, now our ground level, is far too thin to support the kind of atmospheric convection that drives our weather patterns. This thin layer of gases, which we usually associate with the edge of space, would become our new reality. The dynamic processes that create weather would be rendered impossible. No more rain, snow, wind, or those pesky hurricanes. While this might sound like a dream come true for those who dread stormy weather, the absence of these phenomena would have far-reaching consequences. Sounds nice, right? Not so fast. The initial relief of constant calm would quickly give way to a harsh reality. While the lack of traditional weather might seem appealing at first, it would actually be disastrous. Our ecosystems rely on the balance of weather patterns to thrive. Without rain, plants would wither and die, leading to a collapse of the food chain. Remember how the troposphere is responsible for regulating Earth's temperature? This layer acts as a buffer, absorbing and redistributing heat. It's crucial for maintaining the delicate balance that allows life to flourish. Well, with the troposphere stuck up near space, our planet would turn into a giant, uncontrolled oven. The heat from the sun would be trapped, causing temperatures to soar to unimaginable levels. The sun's rays would beat down on the exosphere with full force, and without the protective blanket of the troposphere, there would be nothing to stop the Earth from becoming unbearably hot. The intense solar radiation would scorch the surface, making it inhospitable for most forms of life. We're talking surface temperatures that would make Death Valley look like a winter wonderland. The extreme heat would render vast regions of the planet uninhabitable, forcing humans and animals alike to seek refuge in the few remaining habitable zones. So, no more breezy days or refreshing rain showers, just relentless, scorching heat. The very fabric of our daily lives would be altered, with outdoor activities becoming a distant memory. Not exactly ideal for a picnic, is it? The simple pleasures of life, like enjoying a sunny day at the park or having a picnic with loved ones, would be overshadowed by the constant struggle to stay cool and hydrated. The world as we know it would be transformed into a harsh, unforgiving landscape. Section 5. Life finds a way, maybe not. Let's be honest, life as we know it wouldn't stand a chance in our upside-down world. Imagine waking up to a planet where the very air you breathe is almost non-existent. The atmosphere, which we often take for granted, plays a crucial role in sustaining life. Without it, the Earth would be a completely different place. The combination of an incredibly thin, low-pressure atmosphere and scorching surface temperatures would be a death sentence for pretty much every living organism on Earth. Plants, toast. They rely on a delicate balance of sunlight, water, and air to survive. Without a proper atmosphere, photosynthesis would be impossible, and our green friends would wither away in no time. Animals? Well, let's just say they wouldn't be winning any survival awards. From the tiniest insects to the largest mammals, every creature on Earth is adapted to our current atmospheric conditions. Take that away, and their chances of survival drop to zero. The food chain would collapse, leading to a domino effect of extinction. Humans? We wouldn't last 5 minutes without specialized suits and habitats. Our bodies are finely tuned to the pressure and composition of our atmosphere. In an upside-down world, we'd need to live in sealed environments, much like astronauts on the International Space Station. Every breath would be a struggle, and outdoor activities would be a thing of the past. It'd be like trying to live on Mars, but without the cool rovers. Mars, with its thin atmosphere and harsh conditions, is already a challenge for human exploration. Now, imagine Earth becoming just as inhospitable. The dream of colonizing other planets would turn into a nightmare of trying to survive on our own. The lack of a proper atmosphere would also mean no more protection from harmful radiation from the sun. Our atmosphere acts as a shield, blocking out the majority of the sun's harmful rays. Without it, we'd be exposed to intense solar radiation, leading to severe health issues. We'd be constantly bombarded by cosmic rays, which wouldn't be great for our health, to say the least. Prolonged exposure to such radiation can cause a myriad of health problems, from skin cancer to radiation sickness. Our bodies simply aren't equipped to handle that level of exposure, so yeah, not exactly a hospitable environment. The Earth, once teeming with life, would become a barren wasteland. Deserts would expand, oceans would evaporate, and the very essence of life would be snuffed out. It seems like flipping our atmosphere upside down would turn our planet into a pretty inhospitable place. The delicate balance that sustains life on Earth is a marvel of nature. Disrupting it would have catastrophic consequences, reminding us just how fragile our existence truly is.